Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys.
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you know what today is?
What is today?
Q&A Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the day that it is. It is today.
It's today.
Today is that day.
So what are we going over today on our Q&A?
Well, remember how I thought that the mountain that Saul died on was Bless or Curse Mountain?
Yes.
So I have a correction on that.
You're wrong.
Yeah, I was wrong.
Okay.
And I'm going to talk about that a little bit.
All right.
And then we didn't have a lot of questions because it was all just like names and stuff.
Yeah.
But I did find some like nice summary things that have to do with like showing the chain, like chain of custody, basically.
Got it.
So we'll talk about that a little bit.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's get on into it.
Okie dokie.
All right. Hey, wife.
Yes, husband.
Did you know that we are now on Patreon?
Yes, because you told me, but also, no, tell me more.
So we're on Patreon now.
Are we?
We are, and our supporters can go there and support us, and we have multiple levels all the way up to You Killed God.
That sounds really drastic and escalated quickly-ish.
Well, no, there's multiple levels before there, so it escalates on a sliding scale of, cheap to not cheap.
Oh.
But, we can definitely use any amount, so, any support is always appreciated.
So what exactly is Patreon?
It's a place where you can show your support for our podcast. And
just our podcast?
Any podcast or any performer. But, we're the ones that, you're listening to right now. So maybe you should, support us. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. But we love you anyway.
So all you got to do is go to Patreon, look up Sacrilegious Discourse. It's actually patreon.com/Sacrilegious Discourse is our actual main page there. So head on over and send us some love.
Yeah. Okay, so remember when Saul was dying, right?
I do.
Okay.
And there was the contradiction thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Saul, Israel's first king, led a charge against the Philistines at Mount Gilboa. The battle ends with the king falling on his own sword, and Saul's sons Jonathan, Abinadab, and Melchishua, or whatever his name is, being killed in battle, right?
Sure.
And then King David, who hears about the tragedy after the battle, curses the mountain, and he says, "Ye mountains of Gilboa, let there be no dew nor rain upon you, neither fields of choice fruits, for there the shield of the mighty was vilely cast away, the shield of Saul anointed with oil." I don't know if you recall that. That was in 2 Samuel that David was like, "Fuck this mountain forever."
Right.
So, "fuck this mountain forever" only lasted like several thousand years. Because if you visit Gilboa Mountain, which is not Bless or Curse Mountain, to be clear.
Sure.
Sorry, that was my bad.
Right.
I just wanted it to be.
I think anytime you hear the word mountain, you're just like,
yes,
it's Bless or Curse Mountain.
Yes, it's true. I'm trying to make connections where there aren't.
Right.
So, if you visit the Gilboa Mountain in winter or spring, the mountain's masses of wildflowers totally go against that fucking curse.
Got it.
But if you go in summer, all you'll find are dried plants, shrubs, and these purple globe thistle.
Okay. Yeah.
And on the mountain, located within a pine forest, is a short biblical trail there that you can take, like a touristy thing. And it's lined with Hebrew plaques describing the biblical events that took place on or near the Gilboa Mountain.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you can see where Saul died, huh?
Mm-hmm. Or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. So, also when I was looking up that, there was this argument in the comment section of one of the little things I read about this.
Yeah.
Where they were like, now that Israel is its own state, the curse has been broken, and that's why there's plants growing there now. And then other people were like, Israel was granted that by God, not by man, and they were like arguing it. It was just ridiculous, and I couldn't.
Right.
So
yeah,
I was like, I'm not here for that.
Right.
Okay, so that's Gilboa.
There's always excuses for anything.
Okay, so I wanted to better understand what was happening and all these names and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go through this, like, brief thing real quick, okay?
Names?
No. No.
Okay.
So the chronicler, the author, starts with Adam, right? He's the first man. And then goes through Noah, the story of the ark, and he's the guy that God made a promise to.
Yeah.
Okay? And then Abraham, with whom God made a covenant.
Right.
And then Jacob, whose sons would go on to form the 12 tribes of Israel.
Sure. Which
is the backbone of Jewish history and culture.
Right.
Okay? Noah's sons make up the people of some of Israel's enemies, like Ham is the father of the Canaanites and the Philistines, for example.
Right.
Okay? Noah's other son, Shem, is the great times 100 whatever grandfather of Abraham.
Right.
And that's like all those names and stuff, they fit in there.
Yeah.
And then Abraham's son Isaac has a son named Jacob, aka Israel.
Right.
Okay?
Yep.
So then Jacob's son Judah has a son named Perez, who is the many greats ancestor of Boaz, who married Ruth. Like, yes, that Ruth, the book of Ruth.
Ah.
I did not realize that that she was married to that guy and that guy was related to Judah.
Yeah.
So Boaz and Ruth's great-grandson David becomes a king of the Jewish people.
There it is.
David had a ton of wives and a ton of sons, the most famous of which was Solomon, who had even more wives and
Don't
sons.
forget, David danced naked, too.
Oh, he did. He was swinging that ding-dong left and right.
Yep.
So, okay, going back to Jacob, though, his son Levi was great-grandfather to Aaron, Moses, and Miriam.
Okay.
See, I didn't understand all these connections.
Right. It'd be nice if they drew the connections in some sort of a...
skipped the unimportant people.
Right,
Like, I don't need the chain.
Give me the short version.
Yeah. So, I thought this was, like, this helps make it a little more succinct. Right?
Yeah.
So, Moses led the Exodus. Aaron and his sons were in charge of the tabernacle. And even after the Israelites settled in the Promised Land and Solomon built the first temple in Jerusalem, the descendants of Levi were still in charge of many holy functions, as we know.
Sure.
Okay?
Yep.
So, another of Jacob's sons, Ephraim, he's the ancestor of Joshua.
Okay.
who led the Israelites into the promised land after Moses died.
Right.
And then his son Benjamin, Jacob's son Benjamin,
Yeah.
had a lot of kids, the most famous of which is his descendant Saul,
Okay.
who became the first king of Israel.
And I remember that actually. They brought him from the land of Benjamin, which they didn't say he was like Benjamin's descendant, but
Right.
Yeah,
I didn't connect that all of these people are descendants of fucking Jacob.
But then again, so at some level, like we were going over this in the Asimov book too, the tribes like Benjamin and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. When they're talking about these people in the Bible, they're referencing them as people, but they're supposed to be representative of a tribe, not necessarily a person.
True.
So it's weird how they do two things. They try to reference them as a group, and they also try to reference them as a direct lineage as well.
And so you're not sure which is which.
Right.
And when it applies.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
And so Saul also had a son named Jonathan, who was David's best friend.
Right.
Was the end of that.
Something.
Yeah. Oh, he was something. I still say they were lovers. They were too close.
Right, right.
Just too close to each other.
Yeah.
So Saul was appointed king of Israel by the prophet Samuel. Saul starts to be bad and the people want a king. So God is like, fine, whatever you fuckers, but you'll be sorry.
Right.
And then God tells Samuel to go out and find a new king. And so then David.
Yes.
Right? And David befriends Saul's son, marries his daughter, and wins all kinds of battles.
Right.
Yay, kills a giant, what the fuck ever.
Yeah, he had his tens of thousands.
Saul is overpowered in battle, and after his armor bearer declines to indulge Saul's request, Saul falls on his own sword and dies. At least in the Chronicles version.
Right, yeah.
The Philistines find Saul's body, strip him naked, cut off his head, and start spreading the good news that the king of Israel is dead.
Right.
Okay? And that's where we're at now. So that was all of Chronicles 1 through 10
How hard was
summarized.
that? How hard was that? Could have been one fucking chapter and we'd have been done, right?
Right?
My God.
Like, to recap and then, just go over what I just said real quick.
Right. That was so much easier.
Right? It makes so much more sense, though, too, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay. So I'm really glad that I had to go back and look at this, and I'm glad that we didn't have a more pressing question so that I could give a little bit of attention to this.
Right. No, I mean, I feel like it's not unimportant what they cover as far as the lineage, but, like, the way it's covered and the amount of people that they list off is actually unimportant because you can't possibly.
Right.
You can't possibly.
Like, that should be a chart that's in the book, not, like, something that is supposed to be read.
Right.
Something that you reference as a chart.
Yeah, they could get rid of that whole chapter in place of a fucking picture.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, and the summary.
They could get rid of these, like, 9 chapters that they dealt with just names.
Yeah.
And just do a fucking chart.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if you recall, but early on, when we started talking about Noah and all of his people, I had printed out all of the tribes of Jacob thing. I actually pulled that back out and referenced it as I was putting this together.
Gotcha.
Because I couldn't hold all of the names and relations in my head at once. I had to see them on paper to understand how they all fit together. Because in my head, they're just like all a bunch of people over there. The end.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was very helpful to me.
Yeah,
Hope it was helpful to other people too.
Definitely. You got anything else today, or was that the extent of this Q&A today?
This Q&A was just about how I was wrong about Gilboa and how here's what really happened.
Okay. Well, I think the good news is that we're heading into the meat of this book, so we have not as many names going forward from here, I don't think.
Correct.
And I could always be wrong, but from what we can see and what we think we know, not as many names, so that's happy.
Yeah, no, I in researching this found that we have reached the story part now.
Yay.
I mean, it is going to be story that we already know, but that could be a good thing. But you know what?
Like, it could be different takes on it. It could be a little bit more different information.
It is different takes on it.
So, like, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it way fucking more than names.
Yes, definitely.
So, there's that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today on our Q&A.
Q&A Saturday.
And we'll see you guys again tomorrow for
Sacrilegious Book Club.
All right. See you guys then.
Bye.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.